Okay, this week we're going to talk about adverbs that compare. Last week we just talked about adverbs, which leads us to our review. Well, what is an adverb? Remember, adverbs tell when, where, or how something happens. They are used to describe verbs. Just like an adjective describes a noun, an adverb describes a verb. So this week we're going to talk about adverbs that compare. So you can use adverbs to compare two or more actions. Today we're only talking about adverbs to compare two actions. So when you compare two actions, you use the ending er with most adverbs. For example, the cat ran slower than the dog. Slower is an adverb because it's saying, how did the cat run? The cat ran slower than the dog. It's comparing the running of the cat and the dog. But when adverbs end in ly, typically the adverbs that answer the question how, you use more before those adverbs. So for example, Marcus reads more carefully than his brother. The whole adverb is more carefully, which comes from the adverb carefully, which is comparing how Marcus reads. So when you're trying to identify which adverb to use, you need to use the thinking question, are two actions compared? If they're not, then you just follow the rules for the regular adverbs. Here's a sentence. The tired boy woke. The options are later or more later today than yesterday. So are two actions being compared? Well, yes, the actions of yesterday and the actions of today, how he woke up. For most adjectives, you add er to compare the actions. So it does not end in ly. I do not need to use the word more. So it is just later. So the full sentence is, the tired boy woke later today than yesterday. Here's another question. The birds sang loudly or more loudly than the insects buzzed. Well, are two actions being compared? Yes, the birds singing and the insects buzzing are being compared. But loudly ends in ly. And when an adverb ends in ly, I add the word more before the adverb to compare the actions. So the birds sang more loudly than the insects buzzed. On your flipped classroom homework sheet, you are going to write the correct adverb in parentheses on the line. Numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Most times you just add er to the adverb. The other times, if it ends in ly, you add more before.